With a wicked heart and a one-track mind. When before we start, with a one-track mind. Tearing me apart, gotta make her mine. Got a wicked heart and a one-track mind. One-track mind. One-track mind. One-track mind. One-track mind.
Shotgun wedding, mushroom cloud, coronation, say it loud. A combination of red and blue, green and yellow, the number 2. Fascination, metropolis, getting ready for the showbiz meltdown. You gotta let it go. For the sake of peace, keep your mouth shut. For the sake of war, you gotta get a gun. For the love of life, you gotta chase the sun. For the love of God, you gotta hit the ground running. You gotta hit the ground running. You gotta hit the ground. Turn it up and let it go. World ends, you never know. Found a way to turn it in. A kind of pleasure, the burn again. Urban life, industrial. Hold it steady, there's a girl in downtown. You gotta let it go. Gotta hit the ground running. You gotta hit the ground running. Gotta hit the ground running. Gotta hit the ground running. Gotta hit the ground. She's a wild child. She's a wild child. She's a wild child. A real wild child. She's a wild child, 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 a real wild child. You should have a warning on the box. Have voltage TikTok. You electrify my senses, my God. You take me places. Oh, you're a real wild child. 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 Oh, you're a real wild child.
Are you ready? Let's take a stroll through the door to the next place with the lights on the floor. I'll catch you, baby. Take a leap from our home into the next room where they keep all the souls. Now we're burning. Strike the match and run. You got a fever like a loaded gun. Break, 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 break yourself. Check, 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 check yourself. I love you like a lightning, lightning bolt. I love you like a lightning.
welcome to the second half of the doubleheader on Northwest Suburban Soccer. We're here at historic Goodrich Field here in Anoka as the Anoka Tornadoes are getting announced. They're taking on the Champlin Park Rebels, the undefeated Champlin Park Rebels. Jim Childs along with Joe Ruland, the legendary Joe Ruland, or the historic Joe Ruland. Maybe we'll call you that.
That sounds like aging.
Yes. So tonight, Joe, a couple of Northwest Suburban Conference foes going at it, renewing the rivalry from for a while, and kind of an upstart team here for the Rebels.
It is. Hey, they've been, kind of hitting the gig so far. They've come in with a total of 7 straight wins on the season. As you mentioned, 8-0-2. Everyone that they've played toe-to-toe. Eden Prairie, a 2-1 win. Egan just recently a 2-1 win. Centennial as well. They're gearing up for postseason, but they're hitting the stride. But this last game, they actually had to get some score and goal in production from outside of Jessica Lee.
Yeah, you mentioned Jessica Lee. She's scored in every game with the exception of the last one against Egan. Egan ranked number 5. They said, talking to Coach Alvarez, said they marked up Jess Lee pretty tough all night. For the Anoka Tornadoes, a really tough start to the season. They ended up with only 2 goals in their first 9 games, and the last first 10 games. The last 3 games, they've scored 9 goals. So a little bit of a change in some of the offensive output, hoping to keep that going tonight. And all 3 of them ended up in wins.
Yeah, you know what? And the 4-8 currently, but they've won their last 3. After tonight, just 1 game remaining, and that is at Andover, and that is so quick. That's a week from tonight, and so I know we've said it a couple of times, but now you're really trying to get that mindset and some of those skills and strategy. Looking into section play, wins over Forest Lake, Tartan, and Totino have been their last 3 wins.
Yeah, nice little run for the Tornadoes. You saw the starters for the Tornadoes, and out in net will be Lucy Machulis. And for the Rebels, it is not Cora Krebsbach playing 11 positions. It's just Cora Krebsbach in the goal. So both keepers, and we've seen Krebsbach, and she's been outstanding this year. She's really had a nice go of it.
Yeah, she's not only played well between the pipes, she's also got 2 assists as a keeper.
Anoka, they're in the dark uniforms with the black lettering and numbering. As now Jess Lee drops it over for Collins. Collins comes in, nice slide tackle by the Tornadoes. And comes up the pitch and over and stopped right at about the 30-yard line. Rebels able to get it up, stepping up on the far side for the defense for the Rebels. Ainsley Krebsbach now drops it over for Lady. And looking for Jess Lee as she tries to do the spin move around the center defenseman.
Good job to get out and trap and then kind of refuel as they go back in. That time a good spot, and you see that well by Samantha Harbaugh.
Malhouse able to get the ball out and cleared. Rebels in white with the blue. As Kaylee Lady now drops it over. Collins jumps in, now lands onto Jess Lee, and 5 Tornadoes collapse around her. They're not going to let Lee get after it right from the start, and we've got a penalty. It's going to be outside the box. It'll be a kick outside the box.
Yep, they'll set that wall up here a little deeper, but you're right. They collapsed defensively right around Lee that time as she got the ball on the top of the 18. It almost looked like she was the quarterback of a football team, and they huddled around her.
I mean, it really did. Yeah, there was not enough room to breathe. Collins will take the shot. She rips it, and that goes right off Machulis' glove into the net.
Oh, did she rip that home? Megan Collins, goal number 6 on the season, and she unleashed a laser to get the Rebels up top here with 37:53 left in this first half. Whoa. She had a good look. They had the wall, but the wall really insignificant
Yeah.
to how it was lined up and the direction that she had targeted. And she not only hit the target, she put it through the target on the upper 90.
Tornadoes now on the attack on the far side. Settled. And that'll go out. It'll be throw in for the Tornadoes. And we'll have a foul go the other way now. Foul on the Rebels. And Tornadoes now will have a chance to put it in as Jayla Tona will kick it from about the 15 on the football field. Pops it up, and Krebsbach watches it go out the backside.
I like that approach. She struck it extremely well. Nice little loft on that pitch, and was trying to go to the far post. Didn't miss it by much, but hey, if she gets another run, she's going to, that's exactly right, go back again, and she was so close.
Talk a lot about Cora Krebsbach tonight. She, as a freshman, has been just outstanding. In fact, made 5 saves against Egan in the 2-1 victory against the number 5 team in the state last weekend.
Yeah, she's definitely an extra layer, and she's not just somebody there who's picking up some soft saves and what have you. She is so athletic and comes in with a goals against of 1.30.
Natalie Johnson strikes it. Krebsbach comes out, and unfortunately that one is headed out, and it will be a corner. I believe that was Schellenberger stepping in front of Krebsbach. It'll be a corner. We'll see the first set piece now for Anoka.
Hey, a great header. She came across there, great confidence to help out her keeper.
And another header, and that one goes out, hits the crossbar of the football field. It'll be a goal kick for the Rebels. That was another nice header.
Good opportunity. We mentioned the goals against for Krebsbach at 1.30, but a save percentage as well of 717. She played a little bit last year, got some run on some varsity games, kind of got into that feel of that position, and so very athletic and cat-like quickness as well.
Nice little pass by Zahorsky. And that one goes out. It'll go back to the Tornadoes. Tornadoes deep down, and Zahorsky will take the throw in.
Yeah, putting some pressure right now, playing downhill. The Tornadoes, and they know they've got to do what they can to contain some of the scoring here from the Rebels, and this is the best path. Put the pressure on.
Shot right in from about the 18. That one just couldn't get quite enough of it. I think that was Johnson. And it just could not get enough of the ball, and that one will go out. Far side, Ainsley Krebsbach passes it back to Schellenberger. Tries to go up to Jess Lee. Lee knocks it off her pin, and then race to it, and Machulis way out of the box, able to clear it. That one goes off the face of the defenseman.
She did a good job to settle it and focus and moved it up here.
I would have been down with tears in my eyes. As Champlin Park now clears it out to center, a little, as you call it, doubleheader, Joe. And nice little pass down on the side, stepping up and able to get in front of that was Marley. And here comes the Rebels again. Sammy Harbaugh with a shot, and
oh, she set that up so well. Crossed over, got it set, and teed it up. And we saw her in the last game that we covered. She came in, walked the line on the sideline, and just snapped one past to Spring Lake Park goalie. That keeper heading to the University of Colorado, but she is such a force, great speed.
Talking about a game against Spring Lake Park that we were at last week. Alex Alvarez, coach of the Rebels, really speaking highly about, if one person's covered, you've got Meg. If Lee is out of the, if they take Lee away, they still have Collins, as we saw earlier. They still have Harbaugh. They have got some offense in the tank.
Yeah, Ainsley Cresbaugh as well. 3
Yes.
goals, 4 assists, and then again the 6 goals now for Collins. But what I like about with Harbaugh is her persistence. She has one gear, and I'll tell you that effort creates a lot of opportunities for others as well. And plus, if you're a Harbaugh, you should have a cast on your arm with that last name.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, the Tornadoes defense really locking down, not allowing much from outside the perimeter. And it'll be Tornadoes ball on the far side.
Yeah, not a lot of space. It's mission circle, right? Mission triangulate around Jess Lee here for the night as often as they can. They're going to say, let somebody else beat them. And thus far, the 1 goal.
Krebsbach goes across. Nobody home. Tornadoes throw in again. And taking it up. Getting it over to Henday.
They brought it up nice and clean. A couple good passes together, reversed the field, and then kind of lost that momentum on that flow of the play. Now they want to carry it in on a header.
That'll go off the Rebels. That was Sissenbath. She's been had an outstanding year as well. And here comes Harbaugh up the far side. Plenty of room. And feeds it, tries to get a through ball to Lee. That goes off the back thigh, but Lee gets it back. And good defense.
And a corner kick opportunity, I believe. Was going to be a result of that, maybe not. But that pass from Harbaugh up ahead was a spectacular pass. That would have been right on the foot, but the defense kind of nudged the Champlin Park player. And all said and done.
If I got the number right, that was Ava Ringo that was able to step in front of Lee. She's just a freshman, able to get in front of one of the state's top goal scorers. Anoka trying to get through, and there's Harbaugh able to get the ball back now. Moving on the near side here. Besides, she wants to get it back to the defense now. Right up to Lade. Lade tries to feed Lee. A little bit too hot to handle. That one goes out. Machulis will grab it. It will be a goal kick as we get a substitution coming in for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, taken at that time, Lady went and worked the middle of the field, the seam toward in front of the 18. I thought they were going to pass it on that far side and maybe make a run.
So Gerlach in now. That one will go out. Back to the Tornadoes. Right now, to the Rebels. Right now, standings in Section 5, 3A for seeding. You're going to see. The Rebels have 1 game left. It's only against Osseo. And I want to say only against Osseo, but that'll be their final section game, and they will have a chance for the number 1 seed. Lee with her left foot goes right out in front and goes right through the legs of 2 of the Rebels, and one of them was Lade. The other one was, I believe it was Krebsbach.
But cutting on that backside, a wonderful opportunity on that back door to deflect the shot initially by Lee, who sent it across the 6. That was a good opportunity, but sometimes less is more when you have 2 teammates right next to one another trying to corral and redirect.
Harbaugh heads it right to a Tornado. Tornadoes have it for a second, but Lake gets it back. Nice little touch pass over to Krebsbach. Krebsbach gets knocked off the ball, gets it back, turns to her left, drops it back for Harbaugh. Harbaugh got to settle it, tries to get around, and good defense again by those Tornadoes. Able to get the Rebels off the ball. Not a whole lot of offensive movement yet, but good defense and by the Tornadoes so far tonight.
Yeah, that's Mohas. Mohas has stepped up a couple of times defensively, and when she steps into that play, she really disrupts the flow and kind of puts the Rebels back on their heels. So she's got some great instincts of when to do that and how to play it. So let's see if she can continue that pace. Maybe it becomes contagious with 27.5 minutes left in this first half, a 1-0 lead for the Rebels.
Collins drops it, and she gets it right back. Gets it over to Lee. Lee with a swarm of maroon around her. Now drops it over for Harbaugh just a little bit too far. That'll go out.
Yeah, a little too much juice on that pass. She kind of stepped out, then was going to try to hit a teammate on the near side here, but just got a little too much squared up on that ball and turned it over.
Nice job by the Rebels again to get that with Schellenberger. Switch fields, drop it back over. Looking for Lee on a through ball. That one, again, the freshman right there to be able to turn that one away. Now Lee can't get through. Machulis will pick it up right on the goal line, or on the end line, and she'll bring it up.
Almost looked like that time Lee was trying to draw that penalty, or the defender almost had her by the hand. She tried to do a little spin cycle move and get to the ball, but you're watching it and you can see it's probably better from up here than they can on the field. They get close to that 18, and I know the coaching staff would probably love to see somebody boom a couple from outside that 18, including Harbaugh.
Harbaugh, a nice move to get through a couple, and then coming back up. Tornadoes able to just get rid of it. They're doing a nice job of being able to cover up Tornadoes. There's just the Rebels. There's just no one to pass to.
And, time and time again, too, that pressure that helps on this side. Watching the explosiveness of Harbaugh on that field, again, you see, the more you watch her play, the more she's just relentless. And that athleticism, and when you have Lee in the middle, that's another way, the entryway in. It's going to be tough.
And had a chance for a pass there. Now on the far side, there's Ainsley Krebsbach doing battle. Pulls it back, goes to her left, and looks out in front. Two Tornadoes right there. Able to stop it immediately, and we'll go back to a goal kick, or to a corner kick now.
Looks like Krebsbach will do the honors. Ainsley on that far corner. She was trying to get that ball to Lee. The defense came back to help up, but could not control it.
So Krebsbach on the far side, running to. They need some ball catchers over there.
And just below 25 now as she'll gear it up here. But you see kind of some spacing here for the Rebels as they get ready for this corner. Now in motion.
And that one comes off, deflected, trying to get it to, I believe that was Lade that was coming in.
And they'll get another run here at this corner. Let's see if she can get a little elevation under this one, as Lee is stationed in a corner on the backside of the 6.
Coming out is Harbaugh. Now she puts it right into the center. Header by Lee. That one goes off the top of her head. She's got to readjust her ponytail. And trying to get around. And I believe that will be another corner.
Yeah, that was a beautiful setup on that corner kick. That time they got the elevation. And that drifted really right to where she was located. Just ended up hitting her more on that top of the head than getting that forehead in to position at lower 90. So more pressure for the Rebels, but this will be a goal kick now for Anoka.
Tulis gets it out, taken away by Collins, and that goes out of bounds on the far side. Now Tornadoes now trying to turn the tide a little bit. You can see the amount of players on one side of the field right now. If the Tornadoes can at all switch fields, spread the Rebels out, that would definitely help out their offensive opportunity. That'll be a throw-in for.
Yeah, that's a great play by
Yep.
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh with another
moved
nice
it.
play.
Yeah, she got some burst and then sealed off the Anoka player from getting another touch on the ball before it went out of play.
Good step up by the Tornadoes. Now trying to look for Enda. That one goes wide and cleared up. Lee with some speed gets into the wheels and then spits out the other side. Sissenbath now settles. Able to get through a couple of Tornadoes. Drops it up for Lade. Lade tries to get it over to Collins. Collins a little bit too far. That'll go out on the far side back to the Rebels. We are just about at the 22-minute mark remaining in the first. We're in the 18th minute.
I'll tell you, right now, Anoka's doing a great job. They'd like to be on the attack a little bit more, but you're busy enough trying to contain that natural goal scorer in Jessica Lee.
And looks like we're going to have, Lee will have a card. Oh, no, not. I think she thought she was getting the card. It actually.
She's going to get a free kick.
Yeah. She started walking away.
Lee on the season, 15 goals. He also leads the team in shots on goal, and that's with 41.
Zaharski will take the yellow. She'll come out. Everybody lined up around the 15, just inside the 18. Center.
I'll report that yellow with the head coach.
I'm going to talk to head coach Mary Piffenhagen.
Lee on the season has one hat trick that came across and came against Andover back on September 4th. But she has hit double figures. She has scored 2 goals in 4.
Lee strikes the ball, and that goes right off Machulis' knees. Had 2 crashing Rebels there. That was Collins on one side and Lade on the other. Rebels get it back, and they'll have a substitution as 5 will come in.
For Champlin Park, you see coming in number 22, Ari Egan. And I believe I saw 19, Ivy Reichel.
Yeah, Reichel will come out, and then I do apologize. The numbering is extremely tough to see on the Tornadoes. Harbaugh drops it back to Sissenbath. Sissenbath quickly gets rid of it. Drops it over on the far side to Kelly.
Anoka sends it right back to midfield. And a good defensive play. But you'd like to have somebody you can direct it to on a one-touch pass so you can really try to sustain some momentum of the ball in the possession. Right now, there's been one possession for Anoka where they had a couple of corner opportunities. That was about 10 minutes ago.
Lee tries to feed Collins, and this one drops down as Rebels or the Tornadoes try to turn it around, and 2 Rebels run into each other. Are they going to call an injury? Timeout to.
That was number 22,
Egan.
Ari Egan.
Egan, the chance. Checking to make sure she's all right. And the ball will go to the Tornadoes. Yeah,
Joe, without the luxury of a lip reader, we'll just give the position.
Some conversation between that, and they're just going to throw it in. Emily Reel for the Tornadoes goes to her left, uses her right outside of her foot, drops it on the other side, and taken away on the far side again by Krebsbach. Krebsbach aggressive. She's just going after it. She has been all year, senior.
Yep, very strong, gets leverage, and now this burst.
Was right inside, drops it over, and saved by Machulis.
Hey, she read that well, went to the exact right spot, and you see them working kind of the lower 90 on Machulis. Hey, that's the ideal spot. Too many times you see trying to go top shelf under the crossbar. But those low shots are tough for any keeper to get to, and a good job by Machulis on that save by Lee as we're midway through this first half at 19:20 to play. And the 1-0 lead remains here for the Rebels. That coming on the goal by Collins.
Into touches the ball by the Rebels. Lee again with a bunch around, tries to get it through. Can't do it, and they'll kick it out, and it'll be Rebels ball again. One thing we were talking about with Coach Pippenhagen is how young the Tornadoes are. They've got a freshman. They have got a number of sophomores and juniors, not a senior-heavy team. And they've really seen a lot over the last couple of games. Shot in, and a good save, initial save, and covered up by Machulis.
And Harbaugh snapped that one off. Hey, she said, there's some loose change here. I'm going to put this on. Collins was trying to almost back her way up, almost like a center in basketball. Just trying to square up and get the pivot. And during that time, it was poked loose.
Collins right now tried to get it to Lee. That was extinguished quickly by the Tornadoes. Now getting back to Harbaugh. Harbaugh with a good body initially, and then a nice job by the freshman Rango. Rebels get the ball back again.
They're just stepping in there first of all, and right around midfield. And you can see it looks like at this point that they have a deficit. And there's a little time left, but even their back line, their center backs are at the 50-yard line right now, playing downhill. And that's enabled them just to kind of really try to jump and pounce, and those lacking those one-touch passes for Anoka to try to get their way out quickly and strategically.
You're right, Joe. It'll be corner as Krebsbach will take it. You know, the closest thing to midfield is ND, who's at the 30. So not exactly stretched out. As here comes it in, right off the leg, and Jess Lee gets the goal.
Hey, that was well placed. That was a line drive corner kick by Harbaugh, by Ainsley.
Ainsley Krebsbach,
I mean, you look at it because it was too high for the keeper to get out there. It took the one hop, and Lee ready there for the rebound, and she tucked it nicely in for the goal. 2-0 lead now for the Rebels.
That is goal number 16 for Lee.
She must have felt like she was in a slump after going one game without scoring.
I'm sure. Mom and Dad probably had to talk to her about maybe taking her to Dairy Queen, get her feelings back up.
You know, to some that probably would have seemed like an MLB player, a 30-game hitting slump. For her, just one game, and she's ended that early here in the first half.
Here comes the Tornadoes, and out will be Krebsbach. She'll let it go out. It'll be another goal kick. 2-0 for the Rebels.
And see, that time as a freshman, you know, do you think she wants to run out as a keeper and pick that up? But she's going out for two reasons. One, to help the defender, but also maybe escort that ball over the goal line and get the possession for the goal kick. Very poised, very mature for a freshman, and that's rare to see as a keeper.
Rebels now, or Tornadoes now, get the ball back to Enda, and that will go back out. Like we said, the spacing for the Tornadoes they're really making it only, half the field, either one way. And there's a lot of traffic around every tornado.
Right now, they're trying to get possession back and work the perimeter, but the turnover puts it right back on the foot of the Rebels.
And that's Trainus. Trainus gets run down, and they'll just kick it out. The Tornadoes will kick it out. Coming out, Egan will come out and take the throw in.
I like the hustle back by that Tornado. It was like she was on a mission, and caught Trainus and tried to get that possession back, and that's just a good mindset for Anoka to kind of track that ball, find someone, get after it, and transition or create a turnover, and then try to work it up the field. What happens is they're just having some problems putting two passes together in their own end.
Well, this is the first time the Rebels have been ranked in a number of years. They're now ranked number 10 in this week's poll, AP poll, or the coaches poll, I should say. As now the Tornadoes now get it back, taking out, stepping up is Egan. Egan got Trainus and looking for Collins and Lee. Drops it back and now gets it to Collins. Collins tries to go through a Tornado and doesn't, and now Enda with the chase. Assistant Bath too there, and coming out is Krebsbach, and she stops it. Good decision by the Rebels goalie.
If she was kind of, I think, in between a slide to come out and get it. Just a tweener ball. Watch this save. Just a half a stride away. She sticks the foot out, but back reciprocating here on a counter attack are the Rebels.
Machulis gets to there right before Lee is in the shadows there.
Good job. Yeah, Machulis to defuse that potential scoring opportunity by coming off the line. That was one of those awkward kind of transitions, but a nice save by the Rebels goalie on the other end.
Well, she's had a bunch her freshman year. Now settling is Bulkey. Drops it down. System Bath will get it back to Krebsbach. And she powers it up. Tornadoes now. Down Egan. Tries to get it back to Trainus. And some physical play going on there. Now Trainus on the near side. Cuts it in. Drops it over for Collins. Back, a nice little one-touch to Lee. And now Krebsbach on the far side. That one is dumped in and that will go out. We're down to under 13 minutes now. 2-0 in favor of the Tornadoes. Or I'm sorry, the Rebels.
You got it. Hey, you're seeing some really good play with Champlin Park and by number 14, Ava Madsen. She's a midi, but she really does a good job of disrupting any of those passes coming from Anoka to try to string it together, or someone moving up with the ball, just really trying to guide them off the ball. So 2-0 here in the first, approaching just under 12 to play.
Slowing it down. Nice little one touch. They're trying to work it through the many Tornadoes that are right there. Tried to get it to Jess Lee, and Lee gets knocked off the ball. Machulis again right there.
Well, it's almost like basketball. We said that before. It's like working the perimeter around that three-point line. They're working it around the 18 and trying to find different ways to access a pass into Lee. And when they're one-on-one and she's posting somebody up just inside like that 6 with her size, she can get that ball, pivot, and do a quick spin cycle move and maybe get another goal. So you're kind of seeing that 1v1 opportunity and try to set things up outside the 18.
Ball goes out and back to the Rebels. Quick throw in. Moving quickly. And now we'll turn back. Well, what a beautiful day today. Not much wind, right? Actually, no wind right now. Weather couldn't be more perfect. Egan with the throw in, stepping in. It'll be Rebel ball again, throw in at around the 25.
And this is, you're getting this part of the season where you can work on these in these different situations as well. Really make a focus approach. They'll get a focus approach on a corner kick now.
Goes right off the defense of Rebels. We'll have
Tina Morley will return back in for the Rebels.
Yep, Sadie Grissom in along with Ariana Schmidt.
Schellenberg will come off for the Rebels on this corner.
Jess Lee with the kick, going for the far side header, and off the top of the crossbar. And saved by Machulis. She initially leapt up and went over her head. It just landed on the top of the crossbar and then came down. She was able to collect it.
Well, it's rare that it hits off the crossbar, then comes back into play, but she was ready to do it. She high pointed that bounce when it came back off the crossbar and secured a nice job by Machulis.
Trainus with the run for the Rebels. That one will go out, and we'll have, I believe it'll be a throw-in, or actually it'll be a kick. It'll be a foul on the Rebels. That's coming on the far side.
Watching to kind of see how they get their separation here in Anoka. 11 goals on the season. It's what they've been able to put up, and they started to kind of get that momentum going here late in the season, and they're in the midst, don't forget, of a 3-game win streak as well.
Ball goes out, and it'll still stay with the Tornadoes. Tornadoes have to start mounting something. They had a nice couple of runs early in the first half, and then it has been Rebels, Rebels, Rebels since. As Lee kind of tries to drop it on the far side.
Nope, I like that
Johnson,
idea of a pass, because she had a chance there to see she could lead it out in front and let her teammate outrun the other 2 players.
And we've got another whistle on a foul. It'll go against the Rebels. It'll be back to Anoka ball.
They've had Kaylee Johnson out there for a while, trying to give Ainsley a chance to get some rest running on that side. That's Ainsley Krebsbach. And then also out for a while here has been Harbaugh.
Stepping up, nice header by the Rebels. I don't have number 12 on my sheet. But nice job by the defense to step up.
Yeah, that's Yelly.
Oh, that's
Megan Yelly.
That's on the Tornadoes.
Oh, yes. Of course that is. Then you're talking Shortbridge.
Shortbridge.
Becca
okay.
Shortbridge.
Rebels ball on the far side again. The throw-in drops up to Trainus. Trainus does some battle now, settling it again and switching fields. Trying to get it over to, and that's Trainus right there. It must have been number 5 on the far side. And Anoka trying to get it back, now pushing up. Ball go out, throw in with just under 7 minutes left here in the first half. 2-0 Rebels. Goal scored by Collins and Lee. Collins, the 3rd minute, right off the bat,
free kick just outside the 18, and she parked that one upper 90.
Beautiful shot.
Talking about some of the top-ranked teams as well. Wayzata still one of the top teams in the state, and they are so fast and so deep on that team. They'll be tough for anyone to beat this season. But postseason, to me, it's like a shell game. You never know what you're going to get, so you got to stay focused in postseason, and that's what you have here. If you're the Rebels here, 8-0-2 coming into this match. They have a 2-0 lead, but you really want to work on routine processes, communication, some things technique-wise. that you're going to need to trust and fall back on when it comes to postseason.
Throw in now for the Tornadoes. The mentioned Wayzata. Wayzata has been a powerhouse for a number of years, and this year no different. Taking out Andover earlier. I was it 10-1 or 11-1. It was unbelievably lopsided game by them. And this goes off of Lee, and Machulis just about had scurried back and able to save.
Yeah, she mishandled that ball momentarily.
Drops over for Trainus again. Trainus cuts in through the middle. Tries to get it on the far side to Johnson. Johnson not able to get it. It'll be a goal kick.
It looks like they're getting ready to bring in their starters as well for the Rebels. It looks like Harbaugh stretching out, along with a couple of others. They've been out some extended time here. Kate Kelly. And another here. Let's see if...
Left foot of Machulis lands right on to the Rebels. That was Johnson able to stop it. And Langstonot out there as well. This one goes all the way through. Dropping back and it was Morley. Morley dropped it back to Krebsbach, but that goes awry, and good job by the Tornadoes by the Rebels to recover and get the ball out.
Yeah, Krebsbach that time on the clear. It went off of her foot, but she didn't quite lift it high enough or to another location, and they trapped it. The Anoka Tornado forward trapped it and had a good look at an opportunity, but could not take advantage of that.
Collins in, Lee out for the Rebels.
Rebels on the season, they've outscored their opponents 27-13 and going 8-0-2. In that first half, they've outscored their opponents 12-8 in the second by a 15-5 margin.
Tornadoes trying to mount a little offense. They just can't get past the perimeter on the outside. Now another throw in, quick. Stepped up and out again. Down to around 3 minutes left in the first half. And now Tornado ball again. It's rinse, wash, and repeat.
Yeah.
That one, Collins able to move that up through a header. Rebels get the ball back, now looking for Collins. Collins on the far side, we have an offsides. That'll come back.
Johnson, a stride or two.
Yes, just a hair off. Yeah.
Well, they like to run kind of that offside trap and step up as the play rolls. You see in the Northwest Suburban Conference as well, Champlin Park atop with a mark of 6-0 and 18 points. Rogers is in second at 5-1-1 with 16 points. Then Centennial, Blaine, Spring Lake Park, and then Andover at 3-3 with 9 points. Anoka is 1-5 and has 3 points. I say that because that's also a sample of what we're going to probably get come section play here in about a week and a half. And you'll see some teams surprisingly out there at it. Champlin Park, of course, will be going Section 5. But Centennial will be a team to contend with along with Blaine. And then Spring Lake Park, of course, last year, Spring Lake Park 13-0 when they lost in the section championship. That was Section 5 to Maple Grove. But Blaine, Centennial teams to reckon with, and Andover kind of gets their flow rolling here late in the season.
Trainus cuts up front, shot, and just off the far post. Nice run by Trainus. Cuts onto her right, and boy, from about 25 yards out, just misses that upper 90.
South of a minute by the time they put this in play. And the Rebels try to get back on the attack.
Egan with a nice defensive play for the Rebels. And now On the side, System Bath gives chase and takes her out. And it will be a foul on Tornadoes. It's going back to the Rebels. 40 seconds left. Boy, it looked like System Bath kind of stepped in to end.
Yeah, you know what? In that collision with System Bath too, it just seemed like it could have gone either way. But the free kick here for the Rebels with 20 seconds remaining in this first half.
Good battle between Enda and Egan. Quick throw in by Collins. Collins gets it up to Trainus. Trainus has had a nice second half part of this half. Ball is settled. Now they'll move it back. Just a second left, and that will be the end of the first half. The Rebels come up with 2 goals, one right off the bat, 3 minutes in. The next was Jess Lee, 24 minutes in. Joe, Anoka's got to get some kind of offense going.
They do. It was the Rebels with the familiar 1-2 combo to take a 2-goal lead here in this first half. And, yeah, they're going to have to start pressing and pushing and getting themselves into better scoring positions and holding possession as well, starting early in the second half.
Well, they've got, in the last 3 games, they've scored 9 goals, so they can definitely have the offensive punch to do it. We'll be back for the second half. Once again on QCTV, it's 2-0 Rebels.
People don't realize the intensity level of this sport. Some of the guys last week from football came out and watched us, and they were all pretty impressed that we were actually running plays. Bo was in it to win it, and so are we. We're all for it.
So I used to play when I was younger, like through the YMCA or whatever, as a little kid. I definitely enjoyed it because growing up I played with all the boys, so it was definitely a lot of fun.
At Anoka, every year we do our senior powder puff where all the girls get to play flag football with the guys coaching it, and it was a really fun experience for me. So when Coach Bo and Trey came up to me and told me, hey, they're starting a league, I thought it'd be so exciting.
Flag football here for the girls, this is really its second year in the state. First year at Anoka. There was a small group last year that kind of piloted it. Now we've expanded it. There's 44 teams in the state. Vikings are involved, really kind of trying to push and elevate the sport this year. So we're real excited about it.
I really like the agility part of it. It's taught me a lot of new moves, offensively and defensively. It's just training is so much fun.
Well, I mean, our goal is, to become the best version of ourselves that we can be, and I think this sport kind of gives us another thing that we can do as a school and as a community that everybody can get behind.
There's also only 5 people on the field for offense and defense, but we still are running plays. We're still working as hard as I think football guys do. I mean, we're practicing after most of us have already practiced for other sports, so it's like double practices a day, and we're still putting in the work.
I think it's gonna upscale really fast because just the level of girls we have at Anoka who want to play, and I'm sure other schools too. I feel like it's gonna grow really fast, and it'll benefit a lot of girls.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Jake Collins. I'm a member of the Heritage Preservation Commission for the City of Anoka. What we do is work to take care of the historic things that are in Anoka, identify them, and work with the City Council to keep Anoka a polished apple. As Jeff Weaver, the City Councilman, says, what we do is just polish the apple. We've already got it. We just want to keep it nice in the way it is so people can enjoy it in the future. What we're here to talk about today is something that's kind of interesting that the City Council last summer approved doing a restoration on. And it's called a stone stove. It's a four-sided cooking appliance that was built in 1939. It's one of two that survive here in Anoka. This one is right by the band shell along the Rum River on the east side. The other one, if you'd like to look at it, that's also restored, is over by the water tower next to the high school athletic field. If you look between the two, you'll see a smaller version of this. You might ask, why does this have four sides to it? So this was able to cook food for a larger group of people, having four sides. And what's interesting about this design is this has been covered in, but normally in the way it was built, there was a flue here. This was open, and the smoke was designed to go up the chimney, creating a draft. And the way they cooked back then is not the way we cook today. It was to cook in pots or pans or griddles. We didn't put meat on barbecue and charcoal briquettes and propane. Didn't exist yet. So this is kind of a historic way that people used to cook before those developments. The stone stove was in disrepair. The City Council unanimously approved some small amount of funds to have a professional come in and rebuild this so it remains a part of Anoka's history. You might have noticed a plaque here that says National Youth Administration. The National Youth Administration was a subset of the Works Progress Administration, the WPA, that was set up to provide funding for youth of America between the ages of 16 and 25, and those people were considered being a lost generation. As the Depression went on, they had no chance of finding a job because even the most menial jobs that students might do, like delivering groceries or mowing lawns, taking care of livestock, stocking shelves, those are being done by adults. These guys wanted to just put food on the table, taking whatever job they could. That's how bad the Depression was. So on a basis of a part-time work, weekly pay, students or young people, you didn't have to be a student, were paid a weekly amount that allowed them to work on a project like this. Now, Anoka didn't have a university or college, so we pretty much know that these were high school students that were working with a stonemason to put this limestone together to create this stone stove. So I'd like to invite everyone to come down to the park to see this restored stone stove and kind of know about its historical significance. Come out and enjoy Anoka's parks and know what they have to offer for you and kind of enjoy this historical monument here that is part of Anoka's past.
The 2024 Champlin Farmers Market has returned to Mississippi Crossings on Tuesdays from 2 to 6 p.m. until October 8th. Stop by and stock up on fresh produce, fruit, flowers, bread, honey, sauces, seasonings, and so much more. And while you're there, toss your name into the giveaway bowl to win a complimentary activity pass from Three Rivers Park District. Passes can be used for the horse trail, cross-country skiing, disc golf, the off-leash dog area, and archery. The new booth also features small activities and information on the park and program offerings. Some other vendors include Lone Wolf Greenhouse, Baked Gluten-Free Goodies, Breck's Greenhouse, Coastal Coolers, Chevelle Vegetable Farm, Great Harvest Bread, and Ma Bay's Taste of Liberia for homemade pepper sauce, where I just had to try their excellent mango habanero jam. For information about how you can become a vendor for next year's farmers market, visit thecityofchamplin.mn.us/farmersmarket to view vendor information and registration. So stop by next Tuesday to support local and to live Champlin.
Welcome back to Goodrich Field here in Anoka. 2-0 lead for the Champlin Park Rebels over the Anoka Tornadoes. The girls soccer. Let's take a look at the recap for the first half, Joe, and boy, it started quickly.
It did. Get a chance here as a 2-0 lead, 2-0 lead, as I mentioned, but Champlin Park heated it up early within the first 3 minutes. Some early pressure diffused there on a nice header by the Rebels defense. Some pressure again as you see it buzzing the tower. And then another look on this scoring opportunity, and a save made once again. Smiling up another opportunity. This corner opportunity here, and the goal by Lee, that made it 2-0. The first goal scored early in that first 3-minute mark, as that was scored by Megan Collins for Collins. That was her 7th goal of the season. There you see another fly by the tower on a high shot just over the upper 90. So we're set to get it going here, period number 2. And period number 2, let's go with half number 2 in this match.
You got it. The ball will be kicked off by the Rebels and Jessica Lee for the start of the second period.
Had a recent splash with a lot of hockey, and it just couldn't leave my mental hard drive. So we're set. As let's kind of see what they do. The end of that first half, I would say close to over half, about 20 minutes of that half was played, by the second wave of players. And you saw Harbaugh and Ainsley also sitting most of that, just to give them some rest and give some others some reps. And let's see what kind of a spark Harbaugh and the rest of the team can do to generate some early goals to start the second half. The section play, you got to get the reps. You want to stay healthy, but you also you build confidence when you're on that field as a backup, and that's what you saw a lot of from the Rebels. Let's see what kind of pressure Anoka can bring as well. Not only bring the pressure, but sustain it on their offensive possession on the attack.
And that one goes out. We'll go back over to the Tornadoes as they get a chance to get the ball back. We're just under a minute here in the second half. Goal scored by Collins. That was the first goal, and the one that you saw in the recap was by Jessica Lee. That was number 16 on the season for Jess Lee. And Lucinda Nada not able to get through. Lade passes it back to Schellenberger. Now Shortbridge brings it up, drops it over for Collins. Collins, a good defensive battle. Nice job by the Tornadoes to turn up, and Lade again. Lade on the left foot tries to get it over to Lee. Lee bounces off her, and then good commitment by the Tornadoes to get that ball back from Krebsbach. Krebsbach gives it over to Shortbridge. Shortbridge. Well, Shortbridge, sorry, not Bridge, but Ridge. Sends it in. He'll get it back again. Rebels are able to just finish on a couple of nice plays, and here's one again. Collins with the shot, and that one's deflected off the Tornadoes.
And you know what? And I said it before, and it sounds like a basketball analogy, but they really get it. They're working really more on Lee getting some passing and finding some open players when she has it in the 6, and she has, a defender kind of on her hip, and she'll pivot away and try to find and spread that ball. And that time you saw really a focus on that last possession inside the 6, where she distributed it out to a teammate for an opportunity. That will pay dividends when you're talking postseason. When your teammates are kind of used to receiving that ball back on a pass and getting their mindset kind of set for a scoring opportunity rather than distributing.
Rebels get the ball back. Tries to get it to Jess Lee, and Again, she has had tornadoes around her all night. Now she goes on the left hand and shot right there. And it looks like we've got a change in goal. We'll get...
Yep. If that's Cedar Strand, perhaps Bailey Cedar Strand, or perhaps Layla Haven.
I believe that's Haven. There's Chulis is off. Nida.
You can see she's doing a great job of working it across the grain, trying to really kind of wait to see if one of her teammates can get some separation and pass it along the way. She's very poised with that ball and just couldn't get a teammate who could break open.
There's just not a lot of tornadoes around. It was a lot of white. And Ainsley Krebsbach drops it up for a short ridge, and she
off the side of the foot.
Off the side of the foot. It'll be a throw-in.
So, you know what, and with Anoka, sometimes you have that tough decision. Do we want to try to stay close, stay competitive, or we've got to just, you know, pin the ears back and go full throttle and try to get a goal and cut into this deficit? Because if you play kind of that careful, cautious approach of trying to keep it close, and then maybe we can get one or two good scoring opportunities versus let's just unleash it.
System Bath is able to clear on the far side for the Rebels, as there was a hands by Lee on a bouncing ball. Now Harbaugh on the far side. Slows it, and she tries to get it up to Collins. Rebels or Tornadoes step up, but Lee is right there. Now, nice through ball. Here comes Collins. Collins onside. Shot and a goal! Goal number 2 for Megan Collins as that gets past Heaven. And the Rebels take the magical 3-goal lead.
That is an excellent pass right to the foot. As you can see here, Collins. And then Collins gets some nice separation, and she goes low 90. The first time she went upper 90, opposite corner, and found it there, and she drilled it. She just squared up and bombed it from there. And tough to catch up, tough to get to that ball. 3-1 lead now, or 3-0 lead for the Rebels. And as you mentioned, 2 for Collins, who now has 8 on the season.
Well, nice pass again from Lee. Lee was able to thread the needle. And it was Harbaugh who started the whole deal, who was patient, watched her attackers move, and she was able to get it up to Lee. Lee then feathered a pass to Collins. And Rebels again are on the move, scoring early on the 46th minute.
But I like watching that separation. They're not running a straight line. They're cutting and they're moving. And it's when you kind of break out of that straight line thing, mindset of how you can get that separation, and you make your cut, you create more separation. And here's outright hustle coming for the Rebels. Diffusing that opportunity, Anoka, and they deposit it out of play.
Rebels get it. Short ridge comes up again, drops it over for Krebsbach, and that one touches a little bit too far off her foot. It'll be a goal kick. Rebels were well set up. If she could turn, she would have been able to have a nice cross. He had Lee and Collins and Harbaugh all hanging out right around the 6. Haven drops it up. Lee goes right back to Lee, and then cleared by the Tornadoes. Schellenberg gets it up to Lade. Lade over to Harbaugh. And Harbaugh decided not to zig when she was expecting a zag.
Yeah, I think she was going to wait for that pass to come back to her. Instead, she thought she might just kind of lead her down that far line. So 32 minutes left here in the second half. 3-0 lead right now for the Rebels, and they're ready to dial up another here.
Krebsbach now gets around the defense. He's got Lee right in the middle, and that one will go off, and it'll be a corner kick.
You can see the burst speed, though, from Ainsley. When Ainsley Krebsbach takes those strides, she really has some powerful strides, gets separation, and you can tell when she just kind of wants to hit that next gear, and it's that next gear that created this opportunity.
So Krebsbach looks. He puts it in and tries to get it right to the foot of Harbaugh. Harbaugh now settles it. Gets it back to Krebsbach. Krebsbach will go to her right. Continue to move the defense. Lands right on Lade's foot. And cleared by Anoka.
Set it up, reverse.
Sissenbath
dangerous pass there. Could have easily gone back on a 1v1 for Anoka. Good speed. Look at this burst.
Sissenbath, good body control on Nada. And that little pushing goes on. And that one's kicked out. We've seen a nice couple of runs by Lucinda Nada. That was one right there.
Harbaugh just doesn't shy away from anything, even with a cast on her arm. She attacks.
Lee takes one in the gut, stays moving forward. Ball goes back to Havna.
But I just enjoy watching. There's, one word, 2 syllables, attack for Harbaugh. And she just really disrupts. I mean, just a pest, but also physically can get that ball away. There's a lead through ball that cannot connect.
Yeah, Kate Kelly is really taking a nice job in the center back, just making sure that she's making good decisions with the pass, and they're able to move either near side or far side because of the spacing that they have. And that will be a foul on the Rebels. And
first 10 minutes of the second half are in the books, and a goal scored again here by the Rebels, 3-0 with 29 and change remaining here in the second half. I'm curious. I just want to see how they get the ball and really work on some access into Lee from different sets, different pieces, different formations. You go to postseason, and you saw Anoka in that first half. They literally looked like it looked like she was the quarterback, and she was breaking the huddle. When she got the ball, she was surrounded by 4 of the Anoka players. They've been able to separate and get more spacing to prevent that from happening a whole lot more. But you are seeing Lee try to use her spot to kind of pivot out and turn and get some passes and distribute it inside that 6 to some teammates. And that's something that they'll probably need to be doing a little bit more later in the postseason.
Rebels now on defense. Tornadoes trying to get it in, looking for Nada, and that one's cleared by, I believe that was either Sissenbath or Lee that came up all the way from her spot.
Yep, Lee came through and cleared that one up to midfield.
Krebsbach drops it, and here comes Collins. Collins on a break again, looking for the hat trick. Gets past it.
Taken down.
We'll see.
That's outside the 18.
Yeah, it'll be outside, but she scored from there earlier.
Yeah, oh, what a burst. See, that's what I enjoy watching. It was Lee who that ball was intended for, but she went to the right. The ball stayed to the left. But Collins did it, everything. Collins didn't stop her run. She was in pure stride, and so she caught up with that ball and took a hard fall just outside the 18.
Yeah, the yellow will go. Will it go to the goalkeeper?
I'm not sure what's happening.
I thought that was a trip by the defense. Michulis will go back in.
Yeah, we can maybe get another look before they take this shot, this free shot. Machulis is coming back in. I'm not sure what transpired.
Yeah,
I was watching the play, but I didn't see the keeper near it. So maybe what they did was they want to put her in for this free kick this time and just substitute out.
Well, the card was given.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So Collins, who basically on the other side of the field nailed one right over the head of Machulis. She's studying and picking her spot.
You guys have time if you catch that replay to see what transpired on that trip.
Collins now takes a step back. Shot and a goal!
Boy,
that's number 3 for number 21, Megan Collins.
Her first Hattie ever, and she's earned it. Those were not soft goals. Those pure velo. As she ripped that one just under the crossbar. They even brought Michelis in to try to prevent that from happening, and also with that yellow. But in the meantime, another 2 goals here in this second half for the Rebels, and they have upped the ante. Here's a play right there, and there was the trip.
Yeah, it was a trip on her. Yep, I thought it was on the defense, but it did come up on.
And as did I, but it was on the keeper, hence the yellow, and she was out. Michelis went in.
How do you like that for being a keeper? If you're Michelis, you have to go in and deal with Collins, who's shooting bullets.
I'll tell you, if I had hair, that laser by Collins would part my hair.
Yeah.
If I were in goal. It's like Top Gun and the flyby. It's amazing to watch that velo, and her 3rd goal here tonight, now with 9 on the season.
Collins goes to her right, looks out front, and ball went out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Coming in will be Johnson. Johnson will come in for Collins. I guess her leg's tired, maybe. I don't know. That's her one leg. Anyway.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, hey, some great time to get playing time for some of these others. To kind of get into that routine. Hey, you never know what happens in postseason, an injury, or maybe you need to chart some long time. And here comes Harbaugh.
Well, the Tornadoes aren't giving up.
No, but it's tough when they're doing the chasing and trying to control it. And then at that same time, trying to create some offense to put some pressure to score that goal. You saw they had that chance early in that first half.
Nice defense by Natalie Johnson. Able to get it away from Harbaugh.
Blast on that second attempt by Harbaugh over the top of the crossbar. We get some new players in here for the Anoka Tornadoes. Some of those change out as they wait for the goal kick here to take place. 4 and 8 for the Tornadoes coming in. 3-game win streak.
Yeah, and like we started at the beginning. Here comes Jess Lee on the far side. She's going to try to work. Goes to her left. Shot.
Punishes that one too.
That one looking for Johnson on the far side. Couldn't get it to her.
Yeah, she can drive that ball, and she just punished that left foot kick. Trying to go upper 90 far post.
Another couple of substitutions coming up. It'll be Reinhardt and De La Rosa.
Yep. Amy De La Rosa, senior defender.
I'll kick down and coming out, and Shortridge did a nice job of just a blocking attempt to keep away the attack of Nada.
I think the first thought was that the keeper was going to just pick it up.
Yeah.
Kresbov, and just pick it up, but she just said, I've got to avert any issues here, so let's just kick it out of play.
Shot in. Nice save. That was an excellent save by Cora Krebsbach.
Yeah, but a good way to kind of create the spacing for a left-handed bullet from just outside the 18 there by Anoka. Good job. You see that and you go, okay, hey, how can we replicate it? Through opportunity here. Johnson trying to settle.
Johnson settles it, drops it back. And that one's a little bit too far for Lee. That was Ariana Schmidt on the shot by the Tornadoes. Lee steps in front of the throw-in. Lee's just on a different level. She is someone who is constantly on an attack.
Yeah, back in now for this second half, Ari Egan. And also number Demarosa out there already. But some opportunity here because, you know, you not only just want the playing time, you want them out there with confidence.
Absolutely. Harbaugh with the shot. That one ricochets off a couple of players, then cleared out on the far side. Johnson gives chase. She'll throw it in.
Maybe, you know, hey, with Jessica out there as well, you know, you can kind of see her sometimes trying to create those scoring opportunities for others as well. Kind of, hey, what's some movement that I can create to get some separation?
That one goes through traffic. Picked up, and I believe that is Johnson. Gets it up. Schmidt gives chase. Stepping up is Sissenbath. You can see the Rebels are just physically a little bit taller and stronger than the Tornado. Tornado's still a young team.
Yeah, you mentioned a lot of juniors, seniors, you know, limited amount of seniors. A couple of them are keepers, and Natalie Johnson, number 16, also out there, along with Tana as another. But yeah, a lot of sophomores, freshmen, juniors.
That one popped up to midfield. Nada with the Sissenbath. They've done battle most of the night. And Nada with her speed. Lucinda. Rebels recover nicely. Tries to get to Schmidt. Schmidt can't connect on it. And that one goes all the way through. Lee not going to give a chase.
Yeah, Lee had to get back onside before she could attack that. So jumping right back in here for Ava Madison. She'll get some more time as a midi for the Rebels.
4-0.
And coming out, number 24, Kate Kelly. So, you know, it's really a couple of things is, hey, you got the 4-0 lead. Here's a run again. Chance for Anoka on the day.
Sissenbath has been very, very good on defense tonight. That one gets past Madison. And that one punched in. Easy get for Krebsbach. Krebsbach will shoo everybody up. We're about halfway through the second half. 4-0. 3 goals by Megan Collins. She has been electric tonight. 2 off of free kicks right outside the box, and she buried both of them. Other scored by Lee. And speaking of Lee, we've got an offsides initially called.
I'm trying to see also if there's an update on that Blaine soccer game, Blaine and Centennial. The reason is that is supposed to be kind of the deciding factor for the Section 1. And Blaine picked up a 2-0 win over Centennial tonight.
Well,
so that kind of positions Blaine as the number 1 seed in the boys Section 7. Blaine will have the next game on Tuesday against Elk River. And that puts them in a good spot right now as they gear it up. Centennial with that loss goes to 8-2-1. And Blaine, meanwhile, now at 10-2-2.
Renga stops it now. Taking it back was Tanya. Able to get it back, and Renga now with it. Quick little pass taken away by Johnson. Johnson throws it on to Havna. Havna has been in almost all of the second half and given up 1 out of the 2 goals. She missed about 4 seconds.
Yeah. As she, oh my gosh, and
Machulis gets credit for the goal against.
but just ripping that free kick, the second free kick of the night that she has just shredded.
Egan.
Collins,
Johnson.
that was rather.
Johnson and Egan working together. And more substitutions.
Yeah. A brigade of players coming in now for Anoka. That's good to playing time, and all critical as it gets this deep into the season. In about a week and a half, it looks like Harbaugh is done for the night. Probably more than likely, with the 4-goal lead and 18 minutes remaining in this match.
Well, the regular season will end next Saturday, a week from this Saturday on October 4th. Both teams will have has 2 games left, as Joe had mentioned earlier. Corner kick's going to come from Egan. Egan having a directing. Puts it up, and a little bicycle try. Doesn't quite get there, and shot in just over the net. As the Rebels, number 18, De La Rosa, has a shot. And you had mentioned some different positioning. We're seeing Egan up on a mid. She was not. She was back on defense last time. And Lee with the shot off the top of the crossbar. Whoa.
Yep, she lifted that one. Had some good top spin. And unleashed it and hit the top of the crossbar. And I think that's going to be a game and match for that top scorer, Jessica Lee, for the night. I was wondering how much longer they were going to keep her in. You hate to risk any injuries this late and this close.
Well, she's somebody who just doesn't want to come out. You know that. And she knew it was time at that time. So a lot of good minutes coming up for both teams, with some that really haven't had a whole lot tonight or this season. Taken away. Here comes the Tornadoes. Plenty of space. There was some good communication and just a mishit on where to go. Taken away was Reinhardt. Reinhardt sends it up.
Yeah, you can see right now, Anoka just trying to tilt that field, kind of lean it downhill a bit, under 16 to play in the second half. And the Rebels up 4-0. A hat trick tonight. No, not for Jessica Lee. That went to Megan Collins. She picked up goals 7, 8, and 9 on the season.
Renge with, I believe that was Natalie Johnson on the far side. That goes out. It'll be throw in for the Tornadoes. Chance to mount a offensive threat.
Hey, and you know they want to break that goose egg as well. This throw-in goes almost right to Cresbaugh, but just off and out of play for a goal kick. The QCTV crew back here tomorrow night for a matchup we haven't seen in some time, Jim.
2017 was the last time that these two teams, that Anoka and the Anoka and Andover, had played. That was a win, I believe, for the Tornadoes.
There's some good one-touch passing. They progress it down the field.
Egan drops it over for Reinhardt. Reinhardt up to Johnson, throws it on the far side. Yeah, it's some nice one-touch passing, good spacing. Looks out in front for De La Rosa. De La Rosa not able to connect.
Trying to get the entryway in right at the 18 and hooking this in, forcing the keeper to get back out there. She was going to see if it could roll out. She could get the goal kick, but coming in with some pressure, the Rebels. So no other choice than to pick the ball up and now give it a punt.
Well, we're getting to that time, Joe, where we have got the Pumpkin Bowl coming up also. This, of course, is homecoming week for Anoka.
Misdirect on that kick into the stands, almost into the street. And the miscue there by Kreisbach, but if that's the worst thing she does tonight, then that's okay.
Yeah.
So, but on her way to another win for the freshman keeper. Yeah, that's coming true. I know I'm looking forward to that how should we say, a reunion visit of the Rogers and the Andover football game a week from tomorrow night, as Rogers and Andover meet. If we can forget that quarterfinal matchup in the state tournament.
In 2020, it
Oh,
was
my
21-20
That was a good matchup.
from Osseo,
That
correct?
doggone, yes. It was, I was on top of the roof of the press box because the sleet came down and had some electrical issues, so I functioned up in the sleet. But it was such a great game to watch. Looking forward to seeing that. But first, Andover and Anoka revisited tomorrow night here on QCTV. You don't want to miss that. A little push nudge that time by Ari, but no, they'll have maybe the throw in that will go for the Anoka squad, but 2 additional substitutions now before she rethrows that in again.
Taylor Malhas gets it right up into the center, but drops it for Johnson. Krebsbach loses it off her hip. And back to the Tornadoes. Tornadoes one touch as Mulhas gets it up to the center. Around midfield, going back and forth between possession. De La Rosa to Sissenbath, back to De La Rosa. De La Rosa now will move it up. Good hustle. I tell you, when you see some of these folks that haven't probably been in there a whole lot, there's some good hustle. Giving chase is Trainus, and that will go off of Anoka. Good decision by Riley Wahlberg. De La Rosa will take the throw, and Egan up there along with Johnson and Trainus.
Yeah, there's another one up front too, though, for Anoka. I've seen never to give up that Ariana Schmidt, a sophomore. She created a couple of individual chances. And unleashed that left foot kick on top of the 18. But she's also played well defending and disrupting. Are you guys looking?
Yeah. So Trainus drops it for Egan. Egan splits the defenders and loses it off her toe, and that one goes out, and that will be another throw in deep in to Anoka. Just about at 10 minutes left here. 4-0. Rebels on the strong leg of Megan Collins.
Coach Alvarez has to be happy. They will move the Rebels and continue their undefeated season to 9-0-2.
And one thing, moving conferences, you look at Maple Grove now, 3-7-2 this season. And they have dropped back. Spring Lake Park will be a challenge again for the Rebels in Section 5 3A.
Yeah,
And
Mounds View is one of the
Moundsville, yeah.
teams also that is going to be, tough to contend with. I really think you'll see probably Mounds View and Champlin Park. Potentially, I don't want to put pressure in that Section 5 final. If all goes, I think as predicted, you see those two teams battling it out.
We'll have another yellow card. This one will go to the Rebels. His elbows went flying. And that's Krebsbach. She'll come out. Coming in will be
Harbaugh gets her chance to come back in.
Harbaugh will come in. So
So
the center
they give the explanation. Ainsley looks a little frustrated. You can tell by that walk, right? That's not a happy walk.
No, it's not. And she's not. She's not. We've done a number of games, obviously, with Champlin Park this year, and she is not one that is necessarily, I would say, a chippy player.
Right.
Anoka trying to get around De La Rosa.
See, there's
Quick
Schmidt
one
here.
tight. Yeah.
Schmidt gets sent into next week in a battle to get to the ball. So it'll be a free kick for Anoka. I've been watching. I mean, you watch Schmidt play, and she plays at a pretty high level.
Yeah.
It'll be good to see if she can get an opportunity here, maybe on this possession, but comes back, helps. Harbaugh has it poked away there.
Rojas.
Ouch.
And goes right off the face of the defense. Egan tries a through ball. That one threads all the way through on the far side. That comes out and able to stop it.
Stretching out to make that save, and throw out may have slipped out of her hand. Far side here, so under 8 to go here in this half, and kind of getting things possessioned here. One game left, as we mentioned, for Anoka. That's going to be against Andover. Champlin Park still has 3 games left after they Osseo, Blaine, and Shakopee. I'm telling you, that's a tough schedule that's left.
Yeah, it certainly is.
3 major caliber teams, and Blaine is one that will, be challenging for the Section 7 championship as well this season.
Tornadoes really have just not had a chance to mount any sort of offensive any attack at all tonight.
Yeah, early on in that first half, a couple of corners.
Yep.
They kind of rallied, getting inside that 6 near it. Just couldn't quite get anything by Krebsbach and get on the board. After bringing a 3-game win streak into tonight's match.
Yeah. Tartan, Forest Lake, and the
Totino Grays.
And Totino Grays, so good Northwest Suburban win. Egan does a fall.
Yep.
And it will have a
we were talking
free kick
with some, soccer gurus, Jim, shall we say, before the boys game.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that was brought up that I thought was kind of entertaining was having just bracket play for the whole state instead of breaking it out into sections. And I kind of like that idea. They do it for the boys in 6A for the state tournament, right? So rather than, I'll just say you had last couple of years, you have a Maple Grove team and Champlin battling for the same section championship 3 years in a row. If Champlin Park actually gets outside of that section, they could compete and go deep in the state tournament, or vice versa with Maple Grove, or just some other things. Just sometimes I enjoy kind of at least visiting those options.
Yeah, those are all great. I've been in many states and lived in many states, and one thing I'll tell you is Minnesota is one of the only states that you have every team makes postseason.
Yep.
And I think that is great. If they can do something like that, they have the ability to with the QRF rankings. Taken away. Here's Harbaugh going on her left. Kept with it for a moment.
And yeah, it's just a way to kind of reapproach it. Sometimes that new approach is a little bit fresh. Trying to go far post.
That's Trainus. Trainus has had a couple opportunities in the first. This time she rips one, and it just goes wide.
Becca Shortridge back out there, number 12. Her sister Caitlin, 15. It's been playing as well throughout. Riley Seasonbath stays out there as well, kind of the captain of those center backs in that back line for the Rebels. Very solid. So yeah, a lot of different options. It's one that would take a lot of different reconstruction and trying to get the right numbers and the even numbers on that match or buys, but just something to kind of think about as you see mismatches in sections. And you and I have both covered games at the state tournament at US Bank, just section play and see how paths the teams have reached state tournaments and everything else. So it's good. It's just
one you think about Anoka or Andover and Elk River for a number of years. They were, I would say, 1 and 2 in 5A, or at least in the top 10, and they were fighting for just to get the state in football.
Correct.
And if you look at the way it is right now, the Champlin Park is 4 in QRF, which is outstanding. They would be taking on, if there's 64 teams, they would be taking on the 60th team, or actually the 61st team. So yeah, it'd be fun. I think the travel is the one thing I think that some of the administrators would probably not be happy with. Far side goes out, goes back to the Rebels. We're under 4 minutes here.
Have you been to Alliance Stadium over in St. Paul?
I haven't.
It is spectacular.
Yeah.
Now that, where they have the boys baseball tournament at CHS Stadium, that would be, I think it'd be entertained, maybe others, to have a state tournament visit there. That is just plush. And then I'm sure there's booking situations, but when you look at venues, what a great facility.
Yeah, it wouldn't be any better than, there would be no place better to see a soccer game. And the couple that we've done, you are so far away from everything at US Bank that it's difficult to.
Yeah, and meanwhile, it's nice to cover a game at Target Field, but when you're covering at CHS Field, a more cozy environment, a little easier access. The fans kind of feel a little bit more connected. I like that location for state tournament play. A good spot there. So anyway, just Joe thinking out loud on a 4-0 game, 4-0 game, and here's a chance for Champlin Park to change that number.
Trainus still working hard. She's looking for that goal. She wants to get goal number 1 this season.
Two and a half to play, and hey, this Rebel team has 3 tough games coming up here in the next week, and injuries and healthy are going to be the key for them, and the last thing they can ill afford is an injury. Hey, to any one of those forwards, even when you look back on that back line to Riley Seasonbath, as a captain, but on that blue line, man, she just holds the line. She's so strong as a defender. You would hate to lose her. So you want to compete, but you've got to be smart when to. But these next 3 games are going to be a handful for the Rebels as they move to 9-0-2, and they're currently ranked number 10 in the state.
Yeah, we were speaking with Coach Alvarez earlier in the season. He we always kind of ask, who are you seeing in the section? Who are you seeing in the conference that kind of get your preseason predictions. And he called it right from the start, saying, "Yeah, it's us." Because I think that people are going to have a real tough time beating us.
Yep.
And he was absolutely correct. It's been 3 years, and he has done a miraculous job. That one goes all the way through. Krebsbach able to grab it.
South of a minute now as I guess we'll take a time out here to see, check on an injury. Good time to look at some schedules and see what's transpiring here on QCTV or what's up for these other teams, if those are available.
Well, there it is right
Bam.
there. The
One.
Huskies.
Bam! Right there. Anoka
Yeah, they'll be at Andover next week, October 2nd. That'll be next Thursday. So they've got a little time. They got a week to recoup, regroup, and get after it. And as far as Champlin Park, you had mentioned they've got their final section game, which is against Osseo. Osseo, kind of the mid-range. If they can win that one, that will be an immediate.
1 seed.
That'll be immediate 1 seed. Then they'll finish off against Blaine. If they can win those last two, they'll be champions of the the Northwest Suburban Conference. And then tough one against the Suburban South. The
the Sabres.
And really a nice schedule. Our broadcast schedule coming up, we've got, we'll be here tomorrow night. Anoka against the Andover. They'll be hosting the Huskies. Next week, Joe, you and I think are doing the Tino Grace against the Huskies.
Dynamic duel returns.
Yeah, and then the Battle for the Paddle next Friday on QCTV. It'll be Tornadoes going to the Rebels and for football for that epic.
I was impressed by that Rebel score versus the Rogers last weekend.
Yep, absolutely.
Impressive.
And of course, the Royals and the Huskies will do battle again. Coming in, Trainus again, almost got the goal.
Somebody just give her a goal.
Yes,
She's earned it.
She was right there. Egan now pops it over for Johnson. Johnson gets knocked out. And that will be it. We'll see if they get off a kick. But the Megan's Collins show.
She emceed the show, shall we say.
She absolutely emceed for MC, right?
That's it. That was the pun.
So 3 goals from Megan Collins tonight, and the Rebels able to move their undefeated record to 9-0-2. They've got 3 games left. Tornadoes end their 3-game win streak with a 4-0 loss. And scoring along with the 3 goals from Megan Collins was Jess Lee. Scores her 16th on the season. The Rebels are looking tough as they head into the final week of the season. Joe, you can't ask for really a better peak than where the Rebels are at right now.
Yep, they're in the zone, and they're playing just some clean soccer, connecting, and you're seeing some development along with all the players around Lee as well, as you saw tonight with Collins.
So Thursday Night Lights, the doubleheader's over. The first game ended up with the boys. The Rebels taking the boys' game in an exciting 3-2 victory. A late goal scored by the Rebels. And tonight, in the nightcap, the Rebels take the sweep. So that will be it from the historic Goodrich Field here in Anoka. For all the guys back at, for Mark and everyone back at the mothership, back at in Champlin, and for Joe Ruland, I am Jim Childs. Thanks again for joining us here on QCTV. Once again, 4-0 Rebels over the Tornadoes.